Good morning, wonderful family. I'm blessed today. I wanted to touch on that, and I wanted to touch God. God has a weird way of taking you back and seeing the things that you did in addiction. He puts them signs in front of you. Yesterday, I was asked to go see a mother's son in jail and talk about recovery with him. Talk about how God has changed my life. And I talked to him for about 30 minutes, But it was so weird because I've never been on the other side of seeing somebody in jail. I got locked up so many times because of my will. It wasn't God. It was my will, and it was the consequences of addiction. And went to go talk to him, and, he loved it, I think by me being in addiction for so long, for 20 years, I really do believe in my heart that God saved me from addiction and going back and helping others. How can I waste the gift that God has given me in recovery? And not be able to give back, and because recovery is really hard. I really don't know how I made it this far. Well, I do. It's God. God has given me the strength, And last night I was able to my hometown of Lebanon started a CR about a year ago. And it's weird how God works. The lady that runs it reached out to me because she seen, because I used the platform of Facebook for, that's part of my recovery. Because when I was in addiction, I wish I would have seen, somebody going to meetings. I wish I would have seen somebody in recovery to let me know it was possible when I was in addiction, and I never seen any of that. So that's why I do it. I do it because it's something I wish I would have seen. But a lady reached out to me a year ago, and she's like, your story is so inspiring, Would you want to come to our CR that we're starting in Lebanon? And I kind of paused because, I haven't worked my recovery. At that point, I hadn't worked recovery in Lebanon at all because I was so afraid of seeing old people, being in old places, and I wasn't comfortable in my recovery yet. And I let her know that. I told her when I got comfortable, with my recovery, I would go there. And probably a month later, I started going there. And the lady that runs it, actually, I didn't know it until I met her. She used to be the correction officer that used to book me in the jail. And I started going there, and I built this relationship, and I talked to her every day. I talk to her, we have conversations about God, and that's how God works, A woman that used to throw me in jail, and I'm sitting here having, I even went to her, went to CR last night, and I helped celebrate their 1 year, and I was able to A few months ago, I was able to give my testimony in my hometown where I used to be a joke, where I used to be on the most wanted list. I used to be a disaster in Lebanon, but now I found God and I found recovery. And last night I was able to get up there and share, like, how blessed I was to be in my hometown and be sober and sit there and celebrate recovery, their 1 year. God takes you back, like with being in my hometown, with being in jail, and all that. He makes you see what you did in addiction, but now it's something positive. Like, God has let me know how he changed my life, like, hey son, just come with me, walk with me, take my hand. And that's all I gotta do every day is take his hand, He wants us to come to him. He wants us to give him all this stuff that we hurt from, to give him all this stuff that we're struggling with, and he will open miracles for us, He will guide us, because life is hard. Nobody said it was going to be easy, As a kid and as a teenager and my addiction, like I thought life was going to be this simple thing. I got it. No, life didn't turn out like I thought it would. And like God puts miracles in my life every day. I look at my family, and to see the smile on their faces today, being, because I know how they feel. They probably feel like, man, I never thought he would change, and that's okay. That's expected. Because I never thought I was going to change. I just thank God every day for opening these doors for me, and I am not perfect by all means. Like, I'm sober, but I'm not perfect. Like, I have so much more stuff this is only the beginning. Almost 2 years clean, like, doesn't measure up to 20 years of addiction and picking up, bad habits and everything else, that I held on to, and everything I put on the back burner. But yeah, God has a mysterious way of letting you see how he changed your life. And I'm thankful for that, because walking in the jail yesterday, seeing her son, like, open my eyes, like, man, this is, this used to be me. But today, because of God, I'm better than what I used to be. I'm better than I was yesterday. I try to be a better person every day, and better Christian, better brother, better son, Today, my family has never been the type of family where we say I love you, I make sure before every time I see my mom, I make sure I tell her I love her. Because I'm not promised tomorrow, and I don't want to leave no regrets whatsoever on earth. So the people I care about, I make sure I tell them how much I care about them, and how much they mean to me, and but I just thank God for giving me this day. I thank God for walking by my side and staying by my side. And I thank God that today I can walk by faith. So with that being said, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Have a very blessed day, everybody. Thank you.